Brittany. So, today's gonna be a movie review, and today I'll be reviewing the movie um, Thinner, which I almost said thriller. I'm not sure why. Uh, I don't know, could be it just popped in my head for some reason. But yes, Thinner. So, if in case for those who may not have seen it and you would like to see it, it is based on a book by Stephen King, and it has the same name as the book itself. So it says here, Billy Halleck, Robert John Burke is an obese lawyer who accidentally hits a gypsy with his car after his wife distracts him. Given Halleck's influence in town and a general prejudice against gypsies, he manages to brush the incident under the rug with some unethical legal help from his associates. However, the victim's father, um, Tazu Limk, places a curse on the heaviest man, and and he starts to lose weight at an alarming rate. So that's what it's about, and it came out. Let's see. So it was released in theaters on October 25th, 1996. So directed by Tom Holland and music by Daniel Litt. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. But so now I remember when I did first watch this movie, I thought it was gonna be, well, scary because it was based on a Stephen King book. Now I think the book might be a little bit more graphic, a little bit more scarier, because I would say the movie does have some scary elements to it, but not as not as much. But it does give off this very unsettling story, and because I remember when I had watched this once, it was a long time ago, so I had forgot of what happened or what the story was about. But I did watch it recently, and because watching it recently, I would say it was back in I'm trying to think. I think it was last week. Yeah, I think it was sometime. Uh, um, I think. Yeah, I think the other time, second time that I watched it, I do think it was last week. I can't remember, but yeah, there were just some things I had completely forgot of what had happened, especially certain um, scenes and just certain parts that I was like, okay, I forgot that happened. So it was like, it's almost like seeing certain things in there that just felt new because it was like I had completely forgot that it had happened. But yes, and of course we get this. I would say we do have a good cast here, and um, the one who played the main character, he did a good job, a really good job with the role, and the one who played the gypsy, I think that was his daughter that got hit by the car. But I do remember him. I think I remember seeing him somewhere. I think from another movie, but I just can't remember where or what movie that was. So I might have to look that up later. Yes, this may not be uh scary like as the other Stephen King movies um, that we know, but it's still scary in a way that he had put this curse on him, and that he starts to lose weight fast, and he's worried. He's scared that it could be because he has some, he has cancer, and it could be the cause of it. But it turns out it's not that. It's in fact a curse. And so, yeah, it's just, like I said, so scary in a way of what's going on. And of course, to see him going through this is just unsettling to see that. It's just quite uneasy. Like, oh gosh, And yeah, so there were other two characters that had curses on them. One of them got cursed, and he was looking some type of like a lizard, and the other was, oh, I forgot what the other one was, but even that was horrible too. So both of them ended up taking their own life because they couldn't take it anymore of what was going on. And so they felt like they couldn't live like that, so that's what happened. And so as we see throughout this story is that, it's like on one hand he's happy that he's losing weight, but at the same time it's happening so fast that it's starting to look very concerning, very alarming. So it's like, okay, what's going on? Like, no one loses weight like that so fast. But the only reason why it was happening so fast is because of the curse. Because even he was saying something like, oh yeah, I have this new diet where I could just eat whatever I want and still lose weight. Now, I mean, I just want to say that I wish there could be that where you could pretty much eat anything you want and and lose the weight that you want and be in good shape and everything. But the thing is, I think you can still do that. I think you can still eat what you want, but of course just make sure to drink plenty of water and all of that. So you just gotta keep your meals balanced and everything, because you still need your calories and sugar and everything. Because yeah, without having some sugar, then yeah, something can happen. And I know I'm getting a little off topic here, but there is a story on that which I had went through something because I didn't have sugar. So yeah, so anyway, but if you want to hear that, I could probably do that in another video, or maybe I can mention on my podcast. So I will be doing my podcast this Saturday, so I might mention that just a little bit if you want to hear that. And so my podcast is called The Brittany Dimension, and if you want to hear the episodes that I do every Saturday, go onto Spotify because it's there, and feel free to listen, and I hope you enjoy. So anyway, back to the movie. So he's thinking, is this new diet of his, or he's thinking, oh yeah, I could eat whatever I want and how much I want and still lose weight, which actually, of course, that's not true. And again, you can still eat what you want, but that doesn't mean a whole lot of it every day, because then that's not really gonna help. But if you eat at least some good portions to what you still want to eat, but just make sure you drink plenty of water as well. But with him, his was a little bit more extreme, it was. So, and so, of course, he and his wife were starting to have these fights, and she's, of course, she's getting very concerned for him. And even though she's showing him concerned she is, he doesn't seem to take it into consideration. He doesn't seem to be sensitive towards how she feels of her concern for him, and he just thinks of it as, I'm fine, like, whatever is this new diet I have, and it's like, and so, because it does show how this doctor was coming over, and so he was starting to get suspicious that there could be something going on between them. Now, at first, when it came to that, I thought, well, there may be not, because I thought it could be with the fact that maybe him having these fights with his wife, and maybe with him being so happy about losing the weight, um, and everything. I thought it could be something that's going on in his mind where he's now starting to assume something that is going on when there probably isn't. So I don't know if it really confirmed whether if there was something going on between her and the doctor. I think there was. I think there was, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. So anyway, of course, as we see, like I said, throughout the story, is just um, uh, it's scary in its own way, and of course, as we see that as he helps, no, because there was somebody he had helped in court, and so he ended up helping him where he was at this camp where the gypsies were at, and he started, shooting at them, and he ended up killing, I think, the husband to, I think, to the gypsy's granddaughter, or is it his great granddaughter? I think. And so, and yeah, of course, that was just horrible. And so at some point, the gypsy gave in to help him to get rid of the curse, but the only thing is that he had baked this pie, this strawberry pie, and so what happens is that as they meet on this park bench, that, or maybe not a park bench, but it was just a bench somewhere. It could have been a park, and then he tells him that for him to get rid of the curse, he has to, that the curse that's in his blood has to go into the pie. And of course, there's a scene where it shows that, where he gets this knife. Not only he cuts the pie for it to open a little, but then he stabs him right through the hand of his palm, and the blood is just, pouring into the strawberry pie, because the curse is in him, meaning it's also in his blood, so it has to go into the pie. And for someone that will have a slice of pie, of that one pie, that they will die quickly, and he will start to gain a little bit more weight. So yeah, that's what happened, and yeah, seeing that was just like, yeah, I didn't like seeing that. That looked painful to watch, of that. But then when he brings the pie to, I think, what, a cabin, a cabin, I think, and then his wife is there, and then he offers her pie, and at first she's like, no, I'm okay, and then he's like, no, try it, and I'm like, oh gosh. And so she does eat, I think, one. No way. I don't think we really see her eat it, because he walks away. So I don't know if she ate at least one slice or she kept eating a little bit more of the pie than just one slice. So I don't know. Because yeah, we don't see her eating it because he walks away, and as she's eating it, she says something like, she says something about the pie. I think she says something like that she loves strawberry pie. So she says something like that. And so he has this look on his face like that this is what he has this, evil look on his face because I think he wanted her to eat the pie because he was suspecting there was something going on between her and the doctor, and he probably felt that if there was, then maybe she just doesn't really love him, or that even if she does, that I don't know. It's hard to tell. But it seemed like he did love her, but it seemed like when he found out or he started to suspect that there was something going on between her and the doctor, that maybe he just didn't felt the love he had for her anymore, and it just completely went away, because sometimes that can happen. And so yeah, maybe that just happened. So I don't know. But anyway, but then later, I think when she was done with the pie, of course she went upstairs and she went to bed. But as she's sleeping next to him and he wakes up, she had died. And the way she looked was horrible, really horrible. And he says something to her, but I'm not sure what, but he's saying it to her corpse. So, but yeah, anyway, so the thing is that as he went downstairs, he can see that his daughter's there, and he's hoping that she didn't had any of the pie, because he would know that she would die if she did. But then, she didn't have it. But then, when she did saw it, then she did, the way she did actually, because she even said how when she came back, her and mom were talking. Yeah, her and her mom were talking, and that she also had some pie as well. And that she takes her finger, scoops some of the strawberry pie, and eats what's a little bit of it. And he's looking at her like, oh no. And he has the sad look on his face, and he was ready to eat the pie himself, because I think he felt that if his daughter was gonna die from eating the pie, that he might as well eat the pie himself, so he can die too, so that way, because I think he felt like because he was close to his daughter, that he wouldn't want to live without his daughter, and not knowing he would live with the guilt and shame that she would die from the pie just because he wanted his wife to eat it, but he never expected his daughter to eat it. But then, before he could even take that bite, just when he was ready to do that, and then the doctor comes in, and of course I think it somehow confirmed to him that there was something going on between them, and so he offered him some pie. And of course we don't really see to what happens and everything, but of course we can only imagine what does happen. So yeah, he closes the door with this smirk on his face. But so with that being said, yeah, this story, like I said, is still scary in its own way, and it's very uneasy. It's unsettling. And so yeah, even just seeing this, and seeing where he was just like losing weight uh, so fast, and it was very concerning and very alarming. Yeah, it was just like, it was uneasy to see, especially because even his face started to sunken and really got thin, and even later when he had lifted up his shirt and you see his stomach, and it shows how thin he was right there. It's like, oh, like, and I'm thinking, how was he be able to walk or stand, knowing that if he were to ever to fall, that he could break all of his bones in his body, like, oh, And yes, I know I'm drinking tea with a straw. Only because I just don't want to get any smeared lipstick onto the cup, so that's why. So anyway, I would say this is a good movie, although I do think this could have been a little bit more scarier. This could have been a little bit more thrilling as well. But overall, I would say it was decent. It's still watchable and everything, but just seeing what he was going through, that was uneasy to see. And then of course, seeing where the gypsy stabs him right through the hand of his palm, and the blood is going into the pie because he has the curse inside him, and that anyone who eats the pie will die quickly, and that he will gain a little bit more weight back. And so, yeah, and then knowing what we see of, now we don't exactly see to how his wife died, like we don't see how that happened exactly, but we can only imagine how horrible it was, because when he had woke up and she was laying right there next to him, but she was already gone, and it was her corpse right there on the bed, and yet he the way he acted was just unnatural, was just evil on his part. And so, yeah, it's like, wow. But yeah, so, like that was, like I said, in a way, it is so good in some way. It's decent, but I do think this could have been just a little bit more scarier, and I think it could have had a little bit more of a dark tone, which I do think it did in its own way, but yeah, it could have been maybe felt a little bit more thrilling as well. So anyway, that's my review on Thinner. So my rating of it would be, okay, let me see. I don't know, I would say maybe a B minus. Okay, I would say maybe a 5 out of 10. I would give it at least maybe 50%. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Uh, okay, so, oh gosh. Yeah, I had to sneeze, so I had to pause it. Um, what did I say? Oh yeah, I would give it at least 50%, and I would say uh 2.5 stars. So anyway, that is my review and rating on Thinner. So hope you guys enjoyed this. And yeah, if you like the movie Thinner, give the video a like. And for more movie content, reactions, and dreams, subscribe and click on the bell so you'll be notified when I upload. That's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.